thinking you were blushing with happiness to be here with me.
Oh, I see. Compliments in return. Maybe I'll take that drink after all.
Fine day for it, eh? Got to enjoy things while they last, I suppose.
Can I help you? This is a private picnic. Did you hear something earlier? Almost like a crow.
Well, we're by a windmill, after all. Probably some fog or...
Guard is busy with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
Any sausage rolls left?
The state of this car. But what were they thinking?
They wasn't thinking.
That's curious. They just blowing up and taking their fair shares. We'd have had plenty for everyone.
If one get his bed
people.
and watered.
Then we should end it on our terms.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
The hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
There'll always be more. They spread like locusts.
You think you can just walk into our camp, present yourself to Alma, or leave?
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail so utterly in saving them is something else entirely. Alma insists the tribe is not cursed, but I have my doubts.
You're talking to the wrong hunter. You need to see Ulma.
Nothing left.
No screaming children. No laughter. No scolding words. There is only silence and pain.
Rechtei hathran rust. Frey valdisk durovna. Frey vald iskablast.
You've clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize.
Im orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. We would not normally tolerate outsiders at a time like this. The slayer of Ketheric Thorn. Well, these are strange times indeed. A fine trophy. Perhaps you would like to claim another. A noble goal. I will not ask you to deviate from it, but know that this city holds other dangers too. In the city lives Cazador Zar, a powerful man, a respected man, a man known to host lavish, hedonistic banquets in his palace. But behind the facade, there is a monster. A vampire who has made Baldur's Gate a feeding ground, and his palace an abattoir. For years, his foul spawn have stolen away innocents at night, whisking them back to his palace. Recently, they struck our camp. They took our children, every last one, our whole future. We suspect he holds his victims somewhere below his mansion. And we fear our missing children are among them. We tried to save them and paid a heavy price. But perhaps the Slayer of Ketheric could succeed where we failed. Slay the vampire, claim his head, and free our children. Please. If you do this, our entire tribe will be in your debt. On our honor, it will be repaid. May the gods keep you, and damn your enemies.
I'll destroy
So
every
few of us left.
Our strength was never numbers, but the bonds we share, and they are stronger than ever.
Spread like
As long as we stand together, we can never be true.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos. You spoke to her? Without me? Gods damn it! Of all the hornet's nest of prod, you had to pick that one! Whatever you told them, it's pointless. Cazador does not have a drop of mercy in his fetid body. Their children are long dead. Well, look, I'm not opposed to revenge, but on my terms, for my reasons, not because of some lost whelps. Of course, if we stumble across their little corpses, you're very welcome to report back to your new friends, but I will not be delivering that news. It's not... I can't even... We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. Good. If we master the tuples, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an Illithid and its Githyanki slave. I'm not going to submit to this. Don't ask me again. Need something? Perhaps if you lost a follower or two, I prefer to travel in smaller groups. It's more intimate. Well, in that case, I'm all yours. Keep a blade close. What now?
No one's stopped me yet.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
What harm? She's little, won't take up much space, or make much of a dent in our provisions.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
Orin, Skvar, burn away the shadows she hides in, tear off her mask, and you'd reveal her for what she is, a shivering child. The air grows ever warmer, the hum of life within it louder. It may yet hatch, though not soon by my estimation. In its heat lives stimulation, and in its throbbing, exhilaration. An effigy of Githyanki future, incubated inside a fragile shell. Only if you want me to roast you over a campfire, using my blade as a spit. But it is true that I feel some manner of responsibility for this unhatched whelp. After we free Orpheus, we can revisit the matter. If the egg hatches beforehand, well, we will shield it from the Lich Queen's zealots. Whatever may come, I will not let Vlaakith poison the fledgling with lies. A camp once visited by a scheming devil is no safe haven for the unhatched. It has afforded us as much disquiet as it has rest. Leave the egg with me. There's no need for further discussion.
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next? Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14, and got so tipsy from wine, I puked in Dillard Portier's bushes. It's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the Wide. I got a good chewing out over it too. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier, to read books of law, to know right from wrong. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise, but it's home. And it's worth saving. And you? The city's yours too, after all. How's it feel to be back? Wonderful, isn't it? Torril's history is written within our city's walls. Expeditions to the continent of Mastika gather in the harbor. The Church of Gon displays its most priceless treasures in the High House of Wonders. Voices raised in song on returning day. The heady whines at the elf song. There's truly no place like Baldur's Gate.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more than well-founded.
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good. She's circling. Have no doubt of that. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. Then, greetings, Sir Tadpole. I was wondering where all the questions suddenly sprang from.
Yes. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, He'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike. It's something of a gamble, true, but if I can win, if I can beat him, it would be worth any risk. So yes, I do worry about facing him. But if we can get his attention, finding the ritual's location will be much easier, and that could give me the edge I need.
While she lives, Orin will continue to terrorize us, and soon she will make good on her threats. She thinks we are weak, afraid, vulnerable. We need to prove her wrong. I am not on edge. I am alert, as you should be too. Orin could be anywhere, could be anyone.
Despite her protestations to the contrary, it is clear that Minthara is afraid.
If you sense my fear, be sure that she does too. It is her greatest weapon. She has the scent of our blood, and she will tease and toy until she tires of the hunt. Then she will obliterate us without a second thought. She had me in her clutches once before. Promise that you won't let it happen again. Thank you. Together, we will survive her. Against Orin, I have my doubts. We need to watch over each other, now more than ever. Yes. I only know it through history books and hearsay. A city of murder and grief. I expect it will live up to its legend. From the still, dark waters of Lake Donegarten to the black academies of Tierbresh, it is a city of wonders and terror. But it is not my home anymore. If I were to return, I would be denied all of its wonders and shown only the terror. For my people, to reject Lolth is to reject life. I am an apostate and would be executed. Though I am proud, I prefer exile to death. I am a daughter of Menzoberranzan's most ancient and powerful house, the Bainray. I lived a life of privilege and danger. My home was at the tallest point of Cuel Arzol, the place of the nobles, a plateau high above the city's sprawl. I enjoyed every luxury, whether harvested in the Underdark or stolen from the surface, and I survived my first assassination attempt while I still suckled at my mother's breast. I tasted her blood that day. She covered my body with her own, and a blade bit deep into her chest, almost puncturing her heart. When I came of age, she tried to take my life herself, and I gave her fresh scars to match those she earned protecting me. Yes. My house trained me to be a soldier in Lolth's service, and my mother showed me how to survive the perils of society. She taught me to be resilient and to guard my heart from those who cannot be trusted, literally and figuratively. When I choose to let somebody close, I do not do so lightly. That gives a great depth of meaning to the bonds I do share.
I am yours. Come to me. You are exquisite.
There is work to do.
I am listening.
Don't touch me.
Let's get going.
Orin toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead? The girl has left to hew her own path. She left you a letter. Thou couldst read it, or thou couldst not. Such is the way of autonomy. Hast thou other business?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Yes, fun.
At your command.
No time to rest.
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed, but need to stay alert all the same. Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere. All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious. Fine. What's on your mind?
Keeping very well, I hope? Look after my angel, of course. She's been through more than I can bear to think about. 100 years in the Shadowfell. 100 years being murdered by Sharans over and over. It fills me with a rage I can hardly contain. She's a formidable woman, my Aelin. But no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now, and I intend to help her through whatever's to come. We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city. We are your allies for life. I mourn the man I knew. He was wonderful. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. This was different. It was like I could see my fate in her eyes. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how or why, but all was black, black, black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. He told me we'd be together now. Said Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors that plagued my home. He's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died. The man he became, that wasn't the father I knew. The one I loved so very much.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Emotion. Every last plot's almost doomed us. We need strategy and cool. Rechtei Hathran Rust. Frey Valdiskdurovna. Frey Valdiskablast.
You've clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize. You do recognize the language, however. These people are Gur, a tribe of monster hunters, just like the one you met in the Hag Swamp.
Im Orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you. The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future. When we sent Gandrel after you, we wanted to interrogate you, to discover how to save our children and then destroy you. But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
Free. Not while his master still lives. But he has perhaps earned a second chance. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead. I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them. If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
I suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done. Do not stand here and wait. Cazador must be destroyed.
We are begging help from you, an outsider. I would follow Ulmer to the Hells and back, but this does not feel right.
To lose our children is a tragedy. Ulmer insists the tribe is not cursed.
I pray you will succeed where we failed. Exterminate every last vampire parasite.
Our dead fought well. They died well. I hope I can live up to their example.
What will we do?
Awaiting orders.
There are so few of us left.
Our strength was never numbers, but the bonds we share, and they are stronger than ever.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
I'll destroy every last bloodsucker. I swear it.
They'll always
Let's
be one.
move.
They spread like locusts.
We let emotion cloud our judgment, and it almost doomed us. We need strategy and cool heads.
Should we fortify the camp? Wait for the vampires to strike here.
And let them marshal all their strength against them. And no one touches us. As long as we stand together, we can never.
So we should do nothing. Just wait for the next wave.
With a fleck of the wrist.
Before you lies the unconscious body of a mind flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate. Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak, vulnerable. Its potential ripe for harvesting. Go on. Kill it. Absorb its power.
Come no closer, you. You. What are you? What am I sensing? You are like me. Like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry. My vessel. He fought the transformation. He found it excoriating. I can still taste his terror. It is delicious, but will not sustain me. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength. I shall be here, waiting for your return.
Curtail your sympathy. We wish to destroy the Elder Brain, not nourish its thoughts.
Before you...
A newborn. Unattended. Oh, but it is. Go on. Kill it. Absorb its power.
What? No! I've had so little time.
Still on my feet.
I'm ready. Feel my mistress's wrath.
The creature was born recently. Its mind is still fresh. You can absorb its potential if you consume it.
You wish to consult me?
That might be worth a look.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the breath out of me to get up here. But the views are worth it.
Another quake! What's going on?
It's the Elder Brain. There's something happening to it.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Do we have a target?
All right. What now? Can't give up now.
I know, sweetie. We will be safe in the wild.
There's no point arguing with the guards. We're not getting past that checkpoint without the right papers.
You promised you'd get us inside the city. Said you'd do whatever it takes.
I'll sit on my ass praying.
It was before I saw the giant metal monsters guarding the checkpoint.
What's the worst that can happen if we get caught sneaking in? A few days in a jail cell? At least we'd have a bed.
Worst that can happen is one of those steel watchers stamping us into the dirt.
Oh, you're such a scaredy cat.
Maybe it has something to do with the army about to invade the city.
Can't believe everything you read in the broadsheets. That so-called army is probably no more than a pack of
There's no
goblins
point
and
arguing with the
bugbears.
guards. We're not getting past that checkpoint without the right papers. I'm not scared of the authorities. But it would be stupid to pick a fight with the fist, right?
Ever wanted to meet the most cowardly dragonborn in the realms? I fell for the blockhead.
No point arguing with the guards. We're not getting past that checkpoint without the right papers.
Why don't you take your complaints to them?
Get us inside the city.
Do me a favour. Box my ears in. I can't listen to any more whining about missing letters.
The guard is busy with their patrol and...
Forgive me, but I must attend to my friend. She's most upset about the post.
Do not, under any circumstances, employ sword course couriers. Their service is appalling. Send them to serve, they say. Well, I say, cannot one leave us my letters.
I'm sure
Hi! Welcome to the Rivington General. Browse carefully. The weapons are sharp.
Welcome to the Rivington General, home to crafts by the illustrious Gildro Angliron. Speak to his assistant only, as Gildro is super busy. Flaming Fist. Please speak to Blaze Portier to avail of a special discount in thanks for your service.
Hi! Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear. By spear. What'd you say? Huh? Oh, yay! Want more? Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye! Back again. Want a dagger? Or a bow? Need more arrows? Need a spear? Oh, yay! Want more? Want...
How delicious.
We've got a long road ahead.
This shopkeeper would like to remind everyone that Angeline's crafts are the finest in the realms and worth every copper. Angeline blades are extremely sharp, obviously, and will cut you if mishandled. You have been warned.
Don't mind if I do.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you? I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill? I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel? Killing holds no fear for you, does it? You understand what it takes and what it gives. One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you? You'll do so much worse by the time I'm done with you. Tell me, how do you like to kill? I see. And when you kill someone, what do you feel? Good answer. One more question. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you? Marvellous. You treat your friends as a butcher leading cattle to the slaughter.
Still rolling in the muck, I see. Gortash knows you are coming. Knows you have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. Oh, you could kill him. Let him close and make him feel the tickle of your blade between his ribs. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
She's playing with us. But what the hell's is her game?
Where are you? You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward. Is that so? You've got some evil twin running round whacking people round the back of the head. tell you now, you'll be seeing bloody double when I'm done with you. Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. Ah, God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey. Fine. What's on your mind?
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
You wish to consult me?
What do you want now? And go down to the bloody shop. I've got work to do.
Rivington General.
If you're after a job, Neverwinter is on the lookout for adventurers. That's where we're headed.
I ain't looking to make friends or enemies. Go bother someone else.
You look like you need to clean off the road dirt, almost as much as I do. No good inns with hot water and a tub on this side of the crossing, though.
If you are in the market for potions, I highly recommend the Velveteen Elixir. I've not been this well stocked since Waterdeep.
Are we fixed on supplies? Sound off.
Got camp bits and bobs from Danthalon's Dancing Axe.
I have secured a most excellent supply of potions from the Velveteen Elixir.
We're gonna see the mummy, the dryad, the ginny, everything. So don't even think about trying to stop us.
I don't care how big. Why if we get in trouble? You can't get in trouble for sneaking into places as a kid, right? Just wondering.
On the road, we'll figure something out. Clearing outsiders from Rivington and the refugee camp soon. Mark my words.
Don't wander around Rivington alone, all right? My husband did and got mugged and beaten for his trouble.
Can I help you? Oh, bloody ribs. Sorry, mate. Had a run-in with a mugger. If you need something, ask the missus.
This whole situation stinks.
I know, sweetie. We'll be safe in the wild.
They take your gold, but they leave your ribs intact.
You feel fit when there's no hot water. You wouldn't last a day out there.
It's run or sit on my ass praying. And the gods don't give a damn about us.
Well, I say poppycock.
The absolute army is on our doorstep. You want to live? Get out of here before it's too late.
Would everyone please stop going on about the Absolute's army? Lord Gortash is going to sort it all out. You'll see.
Mummy keeps talking about some army.
Mummy, but she won't tell me anything about it. I'm not a baby.
Next time we'll be here any day now.
Is on the nose.
Remember, eye colour, hairstyle, steel watch any state to them.
I'm a lot of reminded. Well,
in it. We'll be on our own.
We're not getting past that checkpoint without the right papers.
You promised to get straight inside the city. Said to do whatever it takes.
Sorry for a flock of people. Before I saw the giant metal monsters guarding the checkpoint.
Ready by the door.
What's the worst that can happen if we're caught sneaking in? A few days in a jail cell?
When will I get to train the dogs again, Miss Marcia?
When you prove yourself not to be an incompetent idiot.
I see. Maybe next 10 day, then.